G'day everyone, Uncle Jojo. Great to see you all again. We are on week 10 of the old corner shop where the water and the water damage was just horrible. We've redone all the plumbing, done a lot of homework on the area and the understanding of the different water tables that there are in place. What we've got is the old urban sprawl with the blue stone laneways along the back. A lot of the stormwater from the neighbours are just falling into the blue stone laneway or onto the ground and then into the stormwater. They don't actually run in a stormwater system. They just expect the stormwater from the gutters and drain systems to be picking up all of that stormwater or additional water. So I'll take you through a quick walk. I'll show you what we've done. I'll also talk to you about underfloor ventilation. So what we did was a mechanical underfloor ventilation system here, and it's worked absolutely spot on, along with all of the other little bits and pieces of the puzzle that we've worked on to make sure that we've been able to get the best result for these customers and ensure that when we've got these floors down throughout the place, that the moisture from underneath isn't going to start reacting with the floor and making it pop or bow or snap, crackle, pop or bow or anything like that. So it's super important that we get all of those bits of the pieces of puzzle to work together for our advantage. So step with me and check it out. So outside, what we've done, the old system that was coming from the water tank, coming down here and then through under here, we've rebuilt the whole thing. What we did here instead was we've renewed all of the pipe all the way through. You can see down the bottom there, we've upsized the pipe, and then the concrete screed that we've put all the way underneath the pipe and created what we call a spoon drain system. So any water that does by chance get past any of this, or any water that gets through the paving that's around the area, comes towards the house in any way, will get caught in that spoon drain and then get pushed out to the legal point of discharge out the front of the house. We've also made sure that all of this paving around the edges here has been cemented in so that no water can actually come in here, and there's a slight fall away from the house the whole way through. We've also got this falling that way as well. You can see that we've cleaned it, we've sealed it. The best way to accommodate for that whole paving system all over is actually to pull the paving up, put a cement base underneath it, and then put the paving back down. Then we lose our permeable soil and the natural place for the water to run, but we need to take that into consideration when we're doing an area like this. Too much coverage in a lot of urban sprawl makes the natural water table change, and then we have problems like what we've got under this house. Stepping inside now, so what we've got, we've put this new vent in across here. This new vent system is a 200mm duct. It's part of the mechanical ventilation system. You can see it also here as well. Because it's an old corner shop, there's no actual external vents except for the old brick terracotta, and they were only 1.5 bricks in size. What we really want to do is make sure we get a lot of air in. So we've put in 2 of these ventilation systems. At the same time, we've dug a lot of soil out, and then we've also got underfloor insulation, which we put into almost every single home we do now. Now on the bottom edge, you can see we've got aluminium. So what that'll do, it's not going to stop the moisture 100% from sitting against the boards, but it's going to give a barrier between the floorboard and any moisture that comes up from the ground. You can see also this ground has really dried up. We've got a few cracks coming through now. That shows that what we've done, making sure that the floor is well ventilated at the same time as being dry. Underfloor insulation, obviously, throughout. You can see one of the ends of our venting systems here. So one of those ducts come in here and it'll dry out this area. Now, just a very important thing to note, what we've got along this wall here is next door neighbours actually have a light well. Now, I'm a big fan of light wells. I think they work really, really well, but their next door neighbours have extended their house all the way through. As they've done this new extension, what it's done is it's taken away the moisture, the natural moisture from the ground. Soil being soil, what happens is the soil then contracts, and so cracks and things happen, and things can move. So you need to be cautious when we do extensions and renos of the way that we do that. This is an old corner shop that's between 90 and 120 years old, and next door is a brand new build all the way through. So the foundation on this side of the wall will only be a short foundation. It's about 400 to 600 millimeters deep, whereas next door they'll put some new foundations through that'll be quite substantial. Also, what's happened next door is because they've got this light well, the soil that they've got there, the permeable soil, is against this existing brick wall. So that then allows moisture to come through this very small, short foundation brickwork, and then if we don't take the proper steps, that moisture can then get into this bearer joist system and rot it, and we can have the same problem again in another 7 years. That's what we do not want. So what we're going to do is we're going to ensure that our customers get really well taken care of for the longevity of their home, for another 2 or 3 generations at least, or until somebody decides that they want to renovate this whole area. Taking a couple of small steps now for the future of the home really pays dividends. The people have had to move out, and they've actually ended up moving out for an additional 4 weeks. As a builder, we need to understand the way that it can throw a family out if these people have got kids, and so we need to ensure that we can do the job in the amount of time that we've been given, but we also need to be upfront if there's any additional works, which has happened here, and communicate with those owners the best way all the way through, so they can have not only a great outcome from their house, longevity for their house and their family, but also health matters, so we don't have any mold or anything coming through the floors like we did on those first few weeks. Mold like that can actually make the family very sick, so you've got to be really cautious of the amount of moisture and mold and things that happen under floors. So that's all I've got for you this week. Thanks for watching. If you want to see what we did in regards to the slab out the back and the way that we sealed that and the battening system, I've got a separate video, so this one didn't go for too long. So check that out as well. And until next time, thanks for watching, and like always, stay awesome.